Hello Tiger fans and welcome to the Raw Vision Round 10 preview ahead of the big game against Port Adelaide. Now I'm a little bit nervous and laughing because I've got a bloke here who makes me nervous. Assistant coach, or are you assistant coach anymore, or
Yeah,
what are you?
Kind of am.
Wayne Campbell, Walker as I call him. How are you, Wok?
Good, Matt. Good. Yeah.
Good.
Excellent.
Give us a little assessment of the Dreamtime game and what came out of it.
I think we played pretty good footy. Certainly we got the Bombers at a good time. They'd been up for a long time. Their last 2 weeks probably hadn't been as good or as high a standard as what they had in the previous sort of 6 or 7. So Watson and Hocking out were 2 massive outs for them. So, but pleasing to play some good footy in front of a big crowd and finals type sort of intensity. A lot of players mentioned just how hot it was and how intense. So good to get away with one of those games with a win.
And 83,000 fans, huge turnout. That must have been good for a young group to get that experience. We heard Dimmer talking about that after the game.
Yeah, enormous. Those players probably haven't played in that sort of atmosphere for a long time, if ever. Some of the young guys, obviously. So good for them to handle that. And going forward, clearly we want to play finals and got bigger goals than that. So good to get an experience.
Now there was a lot of hype after that game. Obviously a big game, Dreamtime, big crowd. How do you guard against a letdown this week with a young team?
I think Damien's strength is his evenness, and there's not too many highs and not too many lows. We just sort of go about it. So it's pretty much been business as usual, and same as what a loss after we got beaten by Collingwood, and same as a win after Freo. So tried to keep it as business-like as possible.
Now we're loving the work of the best number 9 Richmond's ever had in Trent Cotchin. You've had a little bit to do with him.
I'd like to argue with your comment, Matthew, but I can't. No, he's a good player. He's going pretty well.
What do you like about him the most?
There's a fair bit to like, yeah. I mean, he's just got an appetite for the contest. He wants to get better all the time. He's he's hard at the footy. He's got good skills. And he's a great kid. He's a great young fella. So, sort of player you want to build your footy club around. Which he's doing well. Now
the other one is Ty Vicker. He's really starting to emerge now. Big guys do take longer, but you know the last month we've seen some giant steps from Ty.
Yeah, almost his breakout game was a NAB Cup game against Port Adelaide up at Alice Springs. He kicked 5, so we're hoping he can repeat that. Yeah, they do take a long time, and certainly was unfairly criticised early days. And I think we hopefully did the right thing by playing him as much as what we did and got games into him. Some of those were in the ruck, and he was up against some bigger and stronger opponents. But we think he learned that way, and he'll be a much better player in 3 or 4 years. But we've got to just keep giving him game time.
Now Port Adelaide are our opponents this week. They haven't had a great year, but you always got to be wary, especially playing them in Darwin. They have played up there a lot in recent years.
No doubt. They've looking at their side, they've just got some really, really talented players, and they rely on their individual brilliance a little bit, but they've got a way that they play, and certainly up in Darwin they can grow a league. They haven't won a lot up there, but they've played the Bulldogs over the last 4 or 5 years, and the Bulldogs have been pretty good in that time. So they could come up. Their starts to games have been reasonably good, except for the weekend against Freo. So they're a good side.
What about the preparation for this week? Hot temperatures up there. Have you done anything different in training? Or?
Yeah, we've got a heat chamber down here at the ME Bank Centre. So
got everything down here, haven't you?
We've got a hell of a lot. We've got a little bit more than what we're used to, Matthew, which is pleasing for us. But no, the conditioning department have put in the heat chamber, which has been in for about a month or so now. So that's not just for this week, but clearly with the temperatures being a bit higher up in Darwin, the boys have been doing a bit extra in there.
Beautiful. Now another man we're loving the work is Robbie Nahas. He's really emerged this year, going up, starting in the forward line. What is he rolling on ball? Was it another on baller?
Yeah, I think most forward lines push up these days. So whether he's actually still playing forward or on ball, he does go on ball on occasions. But his fitness has gone to a new level that he's never had before. He's had a big pre-season, cliche, but strangely enough, after big pre-seasons, players seem to have good seasons. So he's kicking some goals as well, which he hasn't done before. So so he's going well.
Now you do the opposition analysis down here now. Give us just something that we can look forward to in this game.
From Port Adelaide?
Port Adelaide, just what are they doing?
Well, Blair Hartley and I do it together, and he's an ex-Port Adelaide official. He recruited most of these guys, so he's the one with all the inside word. But they've just got a lot of good players. They've just got Motlop on his day can do anything. Gray on his day can do everything. Young Hamish Hartlett's a bit Cochin-like, I suppose. It seems like a young guy with a hell of a lot of talent. So Brogan's been really good in the ruck. He's battling on really manfully. So they've got some good players. Chaplin down back clearly they want to free him up, and he's a number 1 mark from Oppo player. You can use that Saturday night if you.
I already knew that, but thanks.
And number 1 possession game player in the AFL.
Okay, well,
so what's his first name?
Who's that? I didn't listen. I was waiting for
Chaplin.
the next. The big question is, who are the changes? Who's coming in? Have we made any changes for this week?
we've made a couple. Am I allowed to tell you what they are?
I think so. I don't think.
Brad Miller will come back in, so he was sick for Jaden Post.
And obviously Grimesy.
Clearly Dylan Grimes won't play as well, so Matthew White comes back in for him. So they're the two changes this week.
That is a big disappointment, Dylan Grimes. He was fantastic, and the Iron Fist, as we call him.
Amazing after 7 games that we've sort of really looked at it all week and thought, gee, we really need him to play on a Motlop or someone like that. So full credit to him, but hopefully he'll be back towards the end of the year.
We certainly hope he'll be back soon. Well, good luck, Wok. When are you off to Darwin?
I'll watch Carlton Melbourne on Friday night, Matthew, and then fly up there on Saturday.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining us today. And in case you noticed at home, I have got makeup on. And that's...
You've been down Chapel Street, have you?
No, I work for
down
Channel...
Sienna for lunch, have you?
No, I've been at Channel 7. I work for them now. So thanks, Tiger fans, and good luck to the Tigers this week up in Darwin.
Doing a great job on Channel 7.